Imagine the year 1869. America is a land of endless possibilities. The Industrial Revolution is at its peak, with factories booming, new inventions transforming daily life, and wealth flowing like never before. In the midst of this economic whirlwind, an immigrant, a man with no fortune, no powerful connections, and only a vision, steps onto the streets of New York City. His name? Marcus Goldman, and his dream? To build something extraordinary. What started as a humble one-room operation would grow into the financial juggernaut we know now as Goldman Sachs. This is not just a story of a bank. This is a saga of ambition, innovation, survival, and triumph. Welcome to the untold story of how Goldman Sachs rose to become the most powerful financial institution in the world. Buckle up, because this journey will blow your mind. The story begins with Marcus Goldman, a Jewish immigrant from Bavaria. He arrived in America in 1848, escaping political and economic hardships in Germany. Armed with a sharp mind and an entrepreneurial spirit, Marcus set out to make his mark. In 1869, he rented a tiny office in Manhattan and began dealing in commercial paper. Now, commercial paper might sound dull, but back then it was revolutionary. Here's how it worked. Marcus acted as a middleman between small businesses needing short-term loans and wealthy investors looking for a safe place to park their money. Businesses got the cash they needed to grow, and investors earned a tidy profit. It was a win-win, and Marcus quickly gained a reputation for being trustworthy, efficient, and most importantly, reliable. In a financial world rife with uncertainty, trust was everything. Marcus wasn't just building a legacy, he was building a business. He was building relationships, and those relationships would form the foundation of a legacy that would outlast even his wildest dreams. By 1882, Marcus Goldman's business was thriving, but he knew he couldn't do it alone. That's when Samuel Sachs, his son-in-law, entered the picture. Samuel wasn't just family, he was a visionary with the drive to take Goldman's operation to the next level. Together they renamed the company Goldman Sachs, and the partnership was born. Under their leadership, Goldman Sachs expanded beyond commercial paper. They started underwriting, helping companies raise capital by issuing stocks and bonds. Their first major client? Macy's, the iconic department store. This move put Goldman Sachs on the map as a pioneer in investment banking. But they weren't just playing the game, they were rewriting the rules. Samuel Sachs brought a sharp focus on long-term growth, while Marcus Goldman's unwavering commitment to trust became their shared ethos. Together they didn't just form a business, they created an institution that valued innovation and reliability above all else. By the early 1900s, Goldman Sachs was no longer a small operation. They were becoming a force to be reckoned with. And then came the defining moment, the United States Steel IPO in 1906. This wasn't just any IPO, it was the largest public offering in history at the time, worth over $1 billion, an astronomical sum in those days. Goldman Sachs partnered with none other than J.P. Morgan to make this deal happen. Together they showcased their ability to mobilize capital on an unprecedented scale. The success of this IPO wasn't just a financial milestone, it was a declaration that Goldman Sachs had arrived on the world stage. Think about it. The early 20th century was an era of rapid industrialization. Steel was the backbone of this revolution, powering everything from railroads to skyscrapers. By handling such a monumental deal, Goldman Sachs proved they weren't just players in the financial world, they were architects of the modern economy. Historians often recount how workers in steel mills across America celebrated this IPO as it promised greater investment in their industry. Goldman Sachs wasn't just impacting Wall Street, they were fueling progress across the nation. But no success story comes without its challenges. The Great Depression of 1929 was a catastrophic event that sent shockwaves through the global economy. Goldman Sachs was hit hard. Their investment trust, designed to help clients grow their wealth, collapsed during the stock market crash, leading to massive losses and public backlash. For many companies, this would have been the end, but Goldman Sachs wasn't like most companies. They adapted, refocusing their efforts on advisory services and rebuilding trust. Their resilience during this period became the bedrock of their future success. It was during these dark days that the true character of Goldman Sachs emerged. They doubled down on their core values of trust and innovation, ensuring they would not just survive, but thrive in the years to come. And recover they did. By the mid-1930s, Goldman Sachs had regained its footing, helping businesses and communities rebuild after one of the darkest chapters in economic history. The mid-20th century was a golden era for Goldman Sachs. This post-war economic boom created new opportunities, and Goldman Sachs was ready to capitalize. They became the go-to advisors for some of the biggest mergers and acquisitions in history. Their clients included iconic names like Ford, Disney, and Sears. But they weren't just serving corporations, they were shaping industries. Goldman Sachs had become synonymous with innovation, expertise, and most importantly, results. What set Goldman Sachs apart during this period was their ability to see the bigger picture. They weren't just financial advisors, they were strategic partners, helping businesses navigate complex markets and seize unprecedented opportunities. Executives would often recount stories of Goldman Sachs going above and beyond, whether it was crafting a custom financing plan for a struggling business or brokering deals that would define industries. Their reputation wasn't built overnight, but through countless stories of excellence. As America rebuilt, Goldman Sachs wasn't just part of the journey, they were driving the transformation. Their reach extended beyond borders, advising international clients and shaping economies worldwide. Behind every great institution are the leaders who steer it through turbulent waters and calm seas. Few names stand out in Goldman Sachs history like Lloyd Blankfein, rising from humble beginnings in the Bronx to becoming its CEO in 2006. Blankfein is the embodiment of resilience and ambition. Lloyd Blankfein joined Goldman Sachs in 1982 as a commodities trader. Over the years, his sharp mind and relentless drive propelled him through the ranks. As CEO, he navigated the firm through the 2008 financial crisis, a period of unprecedented scrutiny and challenges. Under his leadership, Goldman Sachs not only survived, but emerged stronger, reinforcing its position as a global powerhouse. Known for his candor and decisiveness, Blankfein emphasized the importance of adaptability in a rapidly changing financial landscape. His ability to anticipate trends and make bold decisions solidified Goldman Sachs' dominance. And it wasn't just Blankfein. Leaders like Sidney Weinberg, who transformed Goldman Sachs into a top-tier advisory firm during the mid-20th century, and Henry Paulson, who expanded its global reach in the 1990s, played pivotal roles in reshaping the firm's trajectory. Each leader brought unique strengths, but all shared a common vision: excellence at every level. Throughout its history, Goldman Sachs has been at the heart of deals that shaped industries and transformed markets. One of the most iconic, the Apple IPO in 1980. Goldman Sachs served as the lead underwriter for Apple's initial public offering, a moment that not only revolutionized the tech industry but also underscored Goldman Sachs' ability to identify and support groundbreaking companies. The IPO raised $97 million, making it one of the largest tech offerings of its time and setting the stage for Apple to become a global giant. But the Apple IPO is just one chapter. From advising Disney on its acquisition of Pixar to managing Facebook's IPO in 2012, Goldman Sachs has consistently been at the forefront of transformative deals. Their expertise in structuring complex transactions and their ability to connect with industry leaders has made them the go-to firm for high-stakes ventures. These deals aren't just about numbers, they're about vision, recognizing potential, taking calculated risks, and shaping the future of industries. But then came 2008. The global financial crisis was a moment of reckoning for Wall Street, and Goldman Sachs was at the center of the storm. They were accused of profiting from the collapse, while others suffered, earning them the infamous nickname, the Vampire Squid. Yet, despite the controversy, they survived. How? Bold leadership, strategic decision-making, and a $10 billion government bailout, which they repaid in full with interest. The crisis left a mark on their reputation, but it also demonstrated their unmatched resilience. The 2008 crisis was a turning point. It exposed vulnerabilities, but also highlighted Goldman Sachs' ability to navigate turbulent waters. They emerged not unscathed, but undeniably stronger. This era taught them valuable lessons about risk, reputation, and responsibility. While critics remained vocal, Goldman Sachs used the crisis as an opportunity to rebuild and innovate. So what makes Goldman Sachs the best? It's a combination of innovation, adaptability, and influence. They've mastered the art of managing risk, pioneered algorithmic trading, and built an anomaly network so powerful it's called the Golden Mafia. From CEOs to central bankers, their influence reaches every corner of the financial world. Their secret isn't just about numbers, it's about people. The talent they attract, the culture they cultivate, and the partnerships they build have made Goldman Sachs more than a bank. It's an institution. Today, Goldman Sachs isn't just a bank, they're a global institution, investing in everything from sustainable energy to artificial intelligence. They're leading the charge in cryptocurrency and reshaping the future of finance. The question isn't just, how did they get here, but what will they conquer next? As we look to the future, one thing is clear, Goldman Sachs' story is far from over. Will they continue to lead, or will new challengers rise to take their place? Only time will tell. From a one-room office in 1869 to the pinnacle of global finance, Goldman Sachs is proof that vision, resilience, and innovation can change the world. Love them or hate them, one thing's clear, they've rewritten the rules of banking, and their story is far from over. Did this deep dive into the rise of Goldman Sachs inspire you? Smash that like button. Subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of finance, and let us know in the comments, what do you think is the secret behind Goldman Sachs' success? See you in the next video.